What is up, YouTube? We are back at it with another video, and I'm here to talk about the time I got fired from Planet Fitness, of all places, after 2 months of working there. So get your popcorn ready, because we about to lock you in. So I got hired back in February, and when you get a job, you have to do your probationary period. You have to be there for 3 months, otherwise they can still terminate you without any reason. So 2 months go by, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm almost done with my probationary period, and yada yada yada, blase blase. So towards like the end, like a week and a half before my 90 days of being there are coming up, so I'm like, all right, cool. I get a text from the GM of the whole gym talking about I use time theft of company and all these other reasons. And I'm like, so as a business, you don't tell me anything. You guys just wait until the last minute to tell me these things and fire me. Like, you don't give me a heads up, you don't give me a verbal or written warning, which is at any job supposed to happen. You're supposed to get either a verbal or a written warning first, even in the probationary period. You're supposed to get that. And I never got that. So I'm sitting here like, all right. So I asked the GM of the whole gym if I can get a meeting with the higher ups, like, hey, like, explain the reasoning, whatever. Because let's be real, the only reason I wanted to work there is because it came with a free membership. Like I'm just being honest. Like, I would never work at a gym outside of that only reason. So I'm sitting here texting the manager of the whole gym. I'm like texting her, calling her, crickets for like a week and a half. And funny thing is, out of the blue, she's like, they've denied it. So I'm like, all right, so you couldn't have told me that weeks ago while I'm blowing up your phone? Like, I'm over here blowing her up for like a week and a half, talking about something like, hey, did you get an update? Hey, this, hey, that, hey, this, hey, that. And crickets until literally 2 days ago. She's like, oh, I've been putting in like requests for it, but they keep denying it. And I'm like, all right, so keep pushing, like, because there's no way. Apparently she had no idea what was going on, but she's the one who told me I was terminated from them. So I'm guessing they told her the reason why I was getting terminated. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how did you not know? I'm like, I'm pretty sure they told you the reason why they wanted to terminate me. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's BS. So after that, now I'm down to one job. At the time, it was this job and the job I'm at currently. So after I get fired, yada yada, she comes to my new job all smiley and giggly. So I'm like, like the nerve, like the audacity to show up at my other job and act all buddy like I wasn't trying to get my old job back. But I let it go because I'm on the clock. I'm not finna act irrational on the clock because of something that was apparently out of your control. So I let it go, whatever. But it's just funny to me how, like, she really had the audacity to come in my other job and try to act all buddy like it was cool. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, it's not cool. So, like, why are you here? Like, right now, we're not buddy because what stands in the way of getting my old job back is you, because you could vouch and be like, hey, like, Because she knew I was working 2 jobs. She knew I was opening at my other job. So I had to get up early. And mind you, I didn't get home until the morning after my shift because I was working overnights at the gym. So I wasn't getting home till about 6 a.m. the next day. So I would work my first job, 8 hours there, wouldn't go home because I would have to be at the other job by then, and I was working until 6 a.m. So I'm like, so it's like you could vouch and be like, hey, he was working 2 jobs, this is his schedule, like he has no downtime to do this and that, but she never did. So I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to charge it to the game because there's plenty other better jobs around, which is ironic because now I'm working for their competitor, which is even more funny because it's like, if you didn't do that, I wouldn't have got this job. So that's that. But I just wanted to inform you guys about why I don't have multiple jobs anymore. But yeah, that's just the gist of the story time of me getting fired after 2 months. Literally 2 months. But it is what it is. Charge to the game. But I'm going to be more consistent. Here's the start of that. But we're back. And the crazy part about it is, she knew I was working 2 jobs. And when I was doing that, I would be dozing off at the front desk because it's like, in one day, I was working 12, 14 hours in just one day. Because I'm already 8 hours at the first job. And now I'm doing 8 more hours at this job. So it's like in one day, I'm doing 16 hours. Correction on the 12 to 14. But in one day of working, I'm already at 16 hours. And you expect me not to doze off? Like, come on now. Like, that makes no sense. There's no way anyone who's working 16 hours is not gonna doze off. So it's like, when they got rid of me for one of those reasons, there was 3 reasons, but it's just crazy how one of the main reasons they got rid of me was me dozing off at the front desk. Like, mind you, there was 2 people working overnights, me and someone else. So it's like, how am I the main one getting blamed? Like, yeah, was it right? No, but it's like, you gotta see it from my perspective. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not a fan of energy drinks because it's like that's too much caffeine. So, I don't know, but I just look back at it now and think, like, of all places to get fired from, Planet Fitness, like, that's just crazy work, because I don't think I've seen anyone get fired from that job. Because it's the easiest job, but somehow I ended up being one of those people being fired from there. But it's all in the past now. I'm not gonna worry too much about it, dread the past. I'm not gonna do any of that. So it is what it is. I'm gonna just let it rock. But I got a whole nother job, so when one door closes, another one opens. So let that be that. So on the next video, man. Stay smooth.